Hello, geeks and gamers. Good morning, geeks and gamers. Whatever else. Hi, Ryan.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. We thought we had some massive breaking news. Then we're like, oh no, it's really not that big a deal. It'll be turned into a big deal, but it's really not as big a deal as we thought initially.
Yeah, I got a notification. And again, I know I don't follow this fucking royal family bullshit. All right. I don't know anything about
Jeremy basically
it.
called me. Okay. And he's like, dude, I just got this alert. I think like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are dead.
No, I didn't fucking say that.
That's basically how you said it.
No, I did not. I 100% did not say that.
And I'm like, okay, I'll quickly title the stream, "The Prince is Dead," blah, 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 Meghan Markle dead. And then we're like, oh, wait, it was just a car accident. Oh, wait, it wasn't even a car accident. It was a nearly catastrophic car chase.
If you look at all the headlines from the mainstream media,
you think they're dead.
It makes it sound terrible.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's going to be trending big time. Let's jump on that. But then it turns out like it is massive clickbait. It was such clickbait. The alert I got didn't even have it had Prince Harry. It didn't have Prince Harry. Isn't that his name, Prince Harry? I don't know these fucking people. Ryan has made more Meghan Markle videos than me, so he's an expert on the topic.
Yeah.
So
hey, absolutely. I mean, I'll make a video after this about it still because, well, personally, it's like obviously there's been a lot of negativity in the press about her and him lately with the coronation and her not going. A lot of criticism, blah blah blah. So their entire thing has always been the press are just always after us. The paparazzi, they're always just after us. So we didn't want this limelight. We didn't want to do this bullshit. So was there a paparazzi chase with them? I don't know.
I was ready to title this the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left the royal family.
Yeah. So I kind of think it's maybe being over exaggerated a little bit, maybe to get them attention and to try to make people feel sorry for them and directly trying to compare it to how Princess Diana died. That's my like gut instinct reaction to the news today. That's what I think.
They left the royal family.
Yeah.
So I don't know that world. I don't understand that world. I know it's fucking massive. I know there's a lot of people that are obsessed with that stuff. I've seen some of the views that some of these YouTube channels get that talk about that stuff. I don't know, man. Not my world at all. But good morning, everyone. This is the daily show that takes place every week of every month of every year of every decade of every century. That's how long running this show has been. And we break records every single day here. Every single day we break a new record, and that is because of all of you. And no other show can claim the success that we have claimed. And that is why we are the #1 YouTube show on the entire platform. Don't bring up other facts. Don't bring up other statistics. Don't worry about it. Just listen to what we're trying to tell you there. But yeah, we got a few things to talk about today. We got a new trailer from Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, which I think is going to be really good. I haven't seen the trailer, so obviously I'm a huge fan of this franchise. I've been a long time fan of the franchise. Even back when I used to say how much I was like, Tom Cruise is awesome, and I would get a ton of fucking hate because he's a complete psychopath, which he is a psychopath in real life. But in the last few years, the narrative around Tom Cruise has massively shifted, and I'm happy to see that. But used to, when you say Tom Cruise is awesome, he's one of the greatest action stars of all time, you get a lot of hate online. That narrative has shifted significantly, and rightfully so, especially after Top Gun Maverick. So Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, I think it's got a legitimate shot at $1 billion. I think that's going to be interesting to see how much carryover and goodwill from Top Gun Maverick Tom Cruise has gotten. So Ryan, let's just assume Dead Reckoning is as good as the most recent Mission Impossible films we've seen, the last 3 or 4. Do you think this is a $1 billion movie?
I think so. I think that there's going to get a juice. I think Tom Cruise gets a juice from Top Gun Maverick and the way everybody feels about that. And you know, how excited they were to go back to the theaters and see something like that. And now you add on the Mission Impossible history, the legacy. That's a much bigger box office draw just by itself than Top Gun. As cool as Top Gun, the original one was, it's not some franchise, right? This is only the second iteration we've had of it with that sequel. So I really think with the momentum they have, I think Mission Impossible Fallout made somewhere like $800 million or something like that. So I really think if it's good, which I do think it will be, it can hit that $1 billion mark.
Yeah.
It'd be the first one to do so.
100%. And I see we have a low tier celebrity in the chat, Dan Vask. Hello, Dan Vask. Very, very low tier, very like the lowest of low tiers. But it's nice to have someone here that at least has some type of relevancy, even if it's not much. So everyone say hi to Dan. Everyone say hi. Do we want to react to this trailer now?
We might as well. Let me pull it up on YouTube here so I get the good quality version.
I guarantee you it won't be ratioed. That's for sure.
Probably not.
Like
Probably
the Little
not.
Mermaid. That is a lot of green in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We had another massively awesome Tuesday night's main event. Shout out to all of you. And it's greatly appreciated. Anthony says, have you heard about biphobia? These woke people have come up with a new name. What do they come up with next? Yeah, these people are psychopaths. So they come up with a new phobia or ism every single day. The good 360. You guys see Crowder was banned again. I guess I don't pay attention to Crowder. Yeah, I see it on my Twitter feed every now and then. So not surprised. But he's doing good things on Rumble, so good for him. Mr. Parker, $10, $1.99. I'm having Culver's right now, and they got my order right, Ryan, with a smiley face.
Nice. That's good.
If you are eating Culver's, you are a happy person because Culver's is, in fact, goated. What's your first thought for 550? Says, haha, Kathleen Kennedy is mentoring Dave Filoni. I didn't think you needed a mentor for paging. Oh well. I wonder if she will wear the hat while she's quote mentoring him. I don't know if you meant to say paging or not.
Probably
I wonder
pegging.
if that's what I'm thinking you meant to say. And I respect the fact that you were trying to work that in there. Airplane Helix. Good morning. Did you see the Dove commercial about women in video games? It's quite a show.
Oh, dude, we should actually.
I have not seen that.
Should actually watch that, to be honest with you.
I have not seen it. I have not seen it. I see you in the chat. Culver's is in fact indeed goated. It is goated. It is goated. While you're looking stuff up, I'll keep reading.
All right, I got it. Right
Jay
here.
Tapia says, seems like Geeks and Gamers beat Campia. It would seem that way, wouldn't it? It would seem that way. Hey, it is what it is, man. Good luck to John and all his future endeavors behind the paywall. Our Master J, new member, welcome to the 199. Hercules says Hercules is representing Avatar. Sorry, hiccup. Avatar power. Thank you, Hercules. MCU fan sloppy mother. Jesus. Hi, guys. Big fan. Thank you. Mike Hill, Tom Cruise has to be a psychopath for doing all of these crazy stunts. I mean, I say that in a good way. All right. I love Tom Cruise. I want Tom Cruise to never change. Talk about Scientology, jump on couches, jump off cliffs, whatever works for you, man. I'm not here to judge. Brendan says, have y'all seen The Greatest Showman? In my opinion, an example of how to make movies about acceptance and inclusion about it being a woke mess. I have not. I am not a big musical fan at all. There are some exceptions to that rule. I do want to see that movie. I've heard good things about it. I know it's old as fuck, but like the trailer was phenomenal. And a lot of the songs I've heard from that movie are good. I know Steph Minority Home's a big fan of that. We were talking about this like a few weeks ago. And because she'd played like a song from it. And I didn't realize it was Zac Efron singing it. I'm like, fucking hell, this dude, he's mega talented. Like, is that really him or is it auto-tuned? I'm curious.
I mean, they can make anybody sound fucking good when you get a million takes.
I mean, Zac Efron is a talented dude. He really is. He should be a bigger star, I think. But either way, no, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it was a good movie.
They've got a bearded fat woman in it. Speaking of fat women, look at this. Dove takes a stand against overly sexualized women in video games with Epic Games Unreal Engine education team and Women in Games, eliminating stereotypes to build young players' self-esteem and body confidence.
Are this seriously happen?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh my God.
Got it rough.
Jesus Christ.
He's tricking everybody.
This is so fucking. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no.
Look at her.
God damn it. This is so stupid.
Yeah, it's like,
who thinks this is a good idea? Who the fuck thinks this is a good idea? You are trying to motivate people to be fat.
oh look, this
overweight
is a real
and ugly.
person. This fatty's real.
Oh
this
my
is Cynthia.
God. Jesus Christ. This is fucking pathetic.
Think of how many fucking little dots they had to get for motion capture for her.
This is
they had to order extra.
This is so pathetic right here.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's Dove, it's women or whatever. But yeah, I don't know why they had to bring video games into it.
Well, Matt Walsh, maybe because video games are important and people like Dove actually understand that if you try to market towards that, you can actually have some level of impact. That's why the left is constantly obsessed with, trying to hijack video games. Meanwhile, people like Matt Walsh continue to dismiss it and call people losers that play video games. And that's exactly why the right continues to alienate a massive portion of the audience that could help in this so-called culture war that Matt Walsh seems to think he's fighting. But that's another discussion for another time. But this is exactly why it happens. And what a disgusting fucking commercial. My God. Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't prepared for that one.
It's pretty rough.
They turned the comments off. Is it on YouTube?
I don't know.
It's got to be on YouTube.
I have no idea. Let me see if I can. It's from the Drum. It's just a random Twitter account. It is. Hold on.
Got to be on YouTube.
Oh yeah, we've got it.
And is it ratioed?
2K down.
Yeah, gamers rise up. Gamers. Oh, so there's not gonna be any comments or is it YouTube Kids?
It's set for YouTube Kids.
So it will be turned off automatically.
Lola Mullenlow. The fuck. This is a story of Cynthia, a video game character who, after defeating the last enemy, finds herself facing one more important battle.
Oh my God. This is so pathetic, dude. So pathetic. But the ratio is glorious, and we are okay with that. Look, I'm not telling you to go and dislike anything on the internet. I'm just telling you, speak with your voice. If you like that video, go like it. Go like it on 10 different accounts. Go like it as many times as you can possibly imagine. It's up to you to use your opinions in the way you want to use them. That's it right there. I'm surprised likes and dislikes are even turned on for that video, to be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe it's because it probably just started going around. It got released 6 days ago, but it just became a thing like this morning. When this tweet started making the rounds, it got tweeted out on May 11th, but no one saw it until this morning. So yeah, that's gonna be rough. But let's get on to something else. Let's get on to a good trailer.
Something good.
Yeah, let's get on to a good trailer.
Final boss is a buffet.
After last summer, Tom Cruise saved Hollywood, according to people like Steven Spielberg. He's trying to do exactly the same thing this summer. Another box office smash hit. That's what a lot of people are expecting out of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Jeremy, you've not watched this yet.
I have not seen this yet. I have not seen this yet.
Good HD quality.
Here we go.
And here we go.
Our lives are the sum of our choices. cannot escape the past. Ethan, this mission of yours is gonna cost you dearly.
The world is changing. Truth is vanishing. War is coming.
It's been a long time, fam. You've no idea the power I represent. It knows your story and how it ends.
It's a damn good action movie, man.
Listen to me. The world's coming after you.
His fate is written. Shall we write yours too?
If anything happens to them, there's no place that I won't go to kill you. That is written.
Knowing this is real too, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane.
Ethan, what's your objective? What's your ultimate objective?
Your life will always matter more to me than my own.
None of our lives can matter more than this mission.
I don't accept that.
That's exactly what people are looking for. A damn good action movie with, really
heroic
good
men,
yes.
hot chicks,
yes.
big action set pieces that doesn't look like it's filmed in a fucking
warehouse,
like in a fucking volume.
Yeah.
With green screens everywhere, right? He actually did this. We saw this. This motherfucker actually jumped off this mountain multiple times. When you look at some of just how big the scope of some of this stuff looks, you get to go back on a train, a la first Mission Impossible movie. But there's some great, it's actual filmmaking, just like we saw from Top Gun Maverick, actually doing these things, practical effects, practical ways of making these movies. People love this shit. And it has such a big scale and it looks awesome. I can't wait.
No, and I know a lot of people have already seen it, but I think it's important to play this really quick just to show it one more time within the context that we just saw in the trailer right here. He actually did this.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, action!
Everyone holds their breath. Or we're gonna have to pay out hundreds of millions of dollars of insurance.
Did we just kill the greatest action star of all time?
Yeah.
Insane, man. And so this is why Tom Cruise is the biggest star on the planet. He deserves all of his success, and I can't wait. And this is what, again, Top Gun Maverick did something. I don't know, man. Top Gun Maverick is one of the most important films in a long time because it really did show us that the fans have been right the whole time. Give us good entertainment. Don't push any ideology whatsoever. And we just want a good action film with a heroic star and keep it back to the basics. Not complicated.
There are a lot of throwbacks too, little things that remind me of like Mission Impossible previously, including this guy. This is Kittredge, the IMF director from the first Mission Impossible movie, 1996. They brought him back for this. He's the guy who's narrating that opening sequence, probably warning him that, hey, there's a lot of people out to get you. You can't do this. The same, we see a lot of that kind of thing in Mission Impossible movies over the years. But and I love the fact that they have Ethan Hunt's, biggest weakness is he cares way too much about his fucking team. Probably more so than he should, but that's also what makes him Ethan Hunt, and he still gets the job done. But I love it. I loved everything about that trailer, and I can't wait to see it. They're about to bring this thing to a close. Dead Reckoning Part 1 and then Dead Reckoning Part 2, and that's it. That's sayonara for Mission Impossible. So they're trying to bring everything back to
and a hell of a run. It's a hell of a run. Really, only one bad film in that whole run. And that was Mission Impossible 2. Which,
yeah, I agree. And you're going to look at a franchise that when it's all said and done is gone, 30 years basically from 1996 until, I don't know if they're planning on Dead Reckoning Part 2 coming out next year or the year after. I don't know if I have the exact release date for that, but it's almost 30 years.
It's crazy, man. Good stuff. They even got a good J.J. Abrams movie out of it, man. That's tells you something right there.
That's true.
3 kind of rejuvenated things too, because 2 was really bad. 2 was really, really bad. And then 3 came out with Philip Seymour Hoffman, and it really kind of jump started that whole franchise again.
Let's see. Where'd you leave off on these super chats here?
I left
Master
off
J
on...
becomes a member. Thank you. Hercules for 199. Hercules here representing Avatar Power. He's got God, what is that motherfucker's name?
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, but the fat guy.
Clump? Professor Clump?
Professor Clump, is that it?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I saw those movies. I left off on Brendan's $4.99. Right after Mike Hill's $9.99.
Osmora 199 with the gift membership. Thank you, Osmora. Joe Tapia for 199.
Sherman Clump, is that it? Sherman Clump?
Maybe. The Nutty Professor.
Sherman Clump. Sherman, the chat just said yes. Rooster said it. Sherman Clump.
Jay Tapia for 199. He's taking the show off YouTube. Going podcast. That's what it was. That's what it sounds like. MCU fan Sloppy Mother with 10 gift memberships.
Wow.
Thank you, MCU fan Sloppy Mother.
MCU fan didn't show up last night. Neither did DCU Goat. So that tells me they're probably the same person.
I think so too.
Now, who was the other person that we thought? Oh, the Filoni
Filoni
account.
The
Filoni account. Yeah.
Which I figured because we talked about Filoni a little bit yesterday, that was a good topic to talk about today. Because there was a snippet from an interview that he gave that has a lot of people talking, where he talked about, being mentored by Kathleen Kennedy. He's just glad he has a mentor like Kathleen Kennedy.
Bro, his reasoning for it is so fucking retarded too. His reasoning, I was pull that shit up right now. His reasoning is because when you see the right person, you just know it. You just know it. Kathy told me that. Motherfucker, she has Josh Trank, Benioff and Weiss, Lord Miller, Colin Trevorrow, J.J. Abrams, Kevin Feige, Ryan Johnson, Michael Arndt. That's just the people off the top of my head that Kathleen Kennedy has failed to work with in some capacity that she originally picked. And so for him to say that she told him, when you know the right person, you know the right person. Are you fucking kidding me? Holy crap.
Yeah, there's a couple snippets out of it, but I wanted to watch the entire 2-minute thing so people kind of understand what he's talking about. This is Dave Filoni sitting down, answering questions about Ahsoka and Star Wars and all these things, and a couple words that he said really stuck in people's minds. So let's listen to the Lisp master himself, Dave Filoni.
Did it in animation, so I would do it distinctly different in live action. There's just the story that it is, and I was telling it in one medium. Like Rebels is a different style than Clone Wars, even visually. That changed the way I could execute certain things in Rebels. So the story has kind of evolved since I worked on Rebels. Working with John and kind of setting things down in The Mandalorian created an opportunity to see how does Ahsoka work as a character in live action. Because,
Now, you like Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm. I do. I like most of Filoni's work. This is the kind of the classic case of we don't need to, I don't care about Christopher Nolan fucking interviews, okay? I just want to see Christopher Nolan direct movies. I don't want to see him tweet and do interviews. I don't give a fuck about what Filoni has to say. The more these people talk, the worse they look, because we don't.
I want to
give a
hear
shit about 'em.
everything that George Lucas says.
Oh yeah. We love hearing George Lucas interviews. Like, nobody really cares about George Lucas. Yeah, we do now because they'll call out Disney because he's an old, angry man who's had his creation. But back in the day, George Lucas interviews weren't like the thing. The people don't care about George Lucas interviews as much as they cared about George Lucas movies.
To me, I'll provide a counter to that. I love watching a lot of the stuff involving these guys when they're talking about that thing. Now, I don't want to see George Lucas sit down and talk politics, but of course I want to watch George Lucas sit down and talk about Star Wars and how he came up with these ideas and what this means and what the meaning behind this was. Like behind the scenes stuff, we watched that for fucking hours and hours. We used to get these DVDs and stuff. Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, all this special.
I've never been a big fan of, like, I don't care about creative people's opinions on anything. I just want to see what they create. Like, that's what the whole, like, shut up and dribble stuff from LeBron, like basketball play, like the rise of social
hear him talk
media.
about basketball though.
That's fine, but that was all meant to be like an extension of the creation. But now here we are in 2023, where social media, where everybody that's anybody in any industry seems to think that their opinions matter when they just don't. Your opinions don't matter ultimately. Outside of the direct, specific world that you're in, your opinions do not matter. Nobody cares about what you have to say about anything, generally speaking.
Oh, I don't know. Like with the head tails and the makeup, like what does that look like? Can a performer bring that to life in a way that is meaningful and people love that character? So is it going to feel right to them? Is it going to feel right to us?
The fuck?
And I was very fortunate. The whole thing kind of came together for me with Rosario. When we talked with
when was
her,
this done?
she,
I don't know exactly when this was.
I heard a rumor that Dave and John were completely, like, Dave stabbed him in the back and they were no longer talking and they were living in separate houses.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, I heard a really, really compelling rumor about that. Like, I heard that they were like going through the divorce and everything. So
this
pretty bad.
This is from EW.com. So this is on May 1st. I assume it was done sometime around, before that, but I'm not sure exactly when. Certainly wasn't like 2 years ago.
Put on the costume and became Ahsoka. I was like, this is going to work. It really kind of was as simple as that.
No longer showering together.
Something's coming.
And she just looked at me and said, Dave, I was really...
We got to listen
to a quote that Kathleen Kennedy gave me when I was really going over the cast.
I got it. The whole thing.
I sense it.
And it goes back to a quote that Kathleen Kennedy gave me when I was really going over the casting of Ahsoka. And I said, how do you know when it's the right person? And she just looked at me and said, Dave, you just know. And she's been a part of so many films that I love growing up. It's like, again, I'm in a very privileged position to have a mentor like her advising me and just giving you the knowledge that you need to make the choices creatively that you end up doing. And she was right. I just knew when it was Ro, and that kind of brought Ahsoka together for me when I got to make the episode. And
she's not so privileged to have a mentor.
She's not fucking right. I just pulled this up. 18 fired and replaced directors in the Disney Star Wars era. This is Kathleen Kennedy. This bitch doesn't know anything about personnel. She knows nothing about hiring the right person. She knows absolutely nothing. And yet you're going to sit there and push that bullshit lie. This is why people like us will never get interviews, because I would have sat there and go, you just said she mentored you to hire the right person? This bitch has fucking hired and fired more people than any executive in Hollywood we've seen. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But the access media wants their access. Jesus Christ.
And it's, when you look at Kathleen Kennedy, she's been in Hollywood a long ass time. I don't doubt that there are things that, she probably would be good for in terms of getting things done, knowing the right people, blah blah blah. Right? She's been around a long
Yeah,
time.
it's called
whether carrying coffee
it's
or
called
whatever.
sucking dick. That's what it
Exactly.
is.
But the idea that the casting of Ahsoka, and to even tell that story is so stupid. Because it'd be one thing if she revealed to him something really profound. The whole story is, God, she gave me some great advice. She just said, when you know, you know. It's like the dumbest thing in the world.
But that just shows you that she's not. There's nothing, and I don't think she's good at anything. I'm honestly, I don't think Kathleen Kennedy is good at any fucking thing. I think Kathleen Kennedy is good at sucking dick. That's it. She is not good at any executive role. We have seen the proof. The fucking proof is that you lost $2 billion. Or you lost $1 billion from the $2 billion that The Force Awakens made. And I know people like John Campea love to give Kathleen Kennedy credit for The Force Awakens making $2 billion because we know everybody went to see it. Just like everybody went to see Top Gun Maverick for Tom Cruise, everybody went to see The Force Awakens for Kathleen Kennedy, according to John Campea. But the reality of it is no one went to see it for that reason. You had a massive, massive bump because of all the excitement for Star Wars, and she lost $1 billion from The Force Awakens to The Rise of Skywalker. Solo lost money, the first ever Star Wars film to ever lose money. Hired and fired more creatives than anybody on record in Hollywood. She has proven to be not good at anything. When she does interviews, and you know this better than me, Ryan, when she does interviews, nothing about Star Wars is discussed. She knows nothing about Star Wars. She doesn't know anything about it. She doesn't talk about story. She doesn't talk about lore. She doesn't talk about characters. She doesn't know anything. She's not good at anything.
In a very
vague,
a very vague way.
Very
to
vague.
bring back a character like Obi-Wan Kenobi that just means so much to this series and means so much to the people out there. It was just something we really wanted to work with Ewan and get him back because we know how much people want to see that. Like that's kind of the level that she talks about these characters, like the level of depth.
And so for Filoni, and again, Filoni is not a leader from that perspective. He's a follower. He always has been a follower. He was a follower of George Lucas, and now he's a follower of Kathleen Kennedy. That's just who he is. It's not going to change. I think Favreau has more leadership qualities than someone like Filoni for sure. That doesn't mean Favreau doesn't, do Favreau's good at playing the game and to get to where he wanted to be, like something like we talked about Lion King and Jungle Book. Those were clearly him. He got his marching orders and he did what he needed to do. He's done really cool things like Iron Man and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. This Disney Star Wars is fucking terrible. And there's like good stuff and none of it has anything to do with movies or television at this point in time. Like I know like people are enjoying Jedi Survivor a lot. Apparently that's really, really good. I haven't played it yet. So
it hasn't sold as many copies as Breath of the Wild, I don't think.
No, that's a good segue. We can get it in a minute. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in anything live action or animated from Disney's Star Wars, whether that be another Clone Wars series, whether that be another Rebels, the Ahsoka live action.
Can you imagine a decade ago somebody telling you, hey, by the way, well, not a decade. We'll say after Rebels, because you liked Rebels, right?
Yeah, but if you want to go like where I was super all in, it was after if you tell me after The Force Awakens, I would be completely detached from all things Disney Star Wars, or not even, let's not even call it Disney Star Wars. You were detached from all things Star Wars, relatively speaking. That would have been, there's no fucking way. Like, again, for all the people that say like Kathleen Kennedy is just hated because she's a woman, like I didn't know anything about the bitch. All right. I didn't know anything about her. All I knew was that George Lucas handed this dumb woman Star Wars and she was connected to Steven Spielberg. That's what I knew of her. So it's like, hey, okay, she's obviously, must be the right person for the job. George Lucas anointed her as the person that he handed Star Wars to. She lost any goodwill she had with anybody by her own actions. Nothing to do with her being a woman. It has to do with everything that she's just not good. And she's been elevated in an industry that she's never done anything in other than hung her name on the accomplishments of great men. That's essentially what she's done. That's a fact. Oh, Kathleen Kennedy was a producer of Indiana Jones. Really? Were you saying that back 20, 30 years ago when you fucking watched the movie 40
And
years
like
ago?
1986
you
or
walk,
something
you
where you're
walk,
like,
yeah.
man.
Are you fucking clowns? You
Yeah.
walk out of Indiana Jones going, man, that Kathleen Kennedy's a hell of a producer. I'm sure all of you did. No, you fucking didn't. Just like you didn't walk out of The Force Awakens talking about how Kathleen Kennedy did a fantastic job of producing that movie. None of you clowns that try to use her resume for your advantage. None of you were ever saying anything about her until you got your NPC update from the mainstream to try to tell you that Kathleen Kennedy had anything to do with any fucking movie in history. Now suddenly she's the creator. She was intricately involved in all of this. Okay.
What I was going to say was, could you imagine back, say, after Rebels, after Force Awakens, that time period, and getting an announcement, by the way, Dave Filoni is making a live-action Ahsoka show, and you
not want to watch it.
And not want to watch it, yeah.
Not want to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I didn't watch season 3 of Mandalorian. Didn't watch Book of Boba Fett. Sadly, I think I go John Campea here and blame my audience for making me watch Obi-Wan, which is probably the worst Disney Star Wars I've ever seen. Good Lord.
The one thing, I said this earlier today, actually, the one good thing that came from Obi-Wan was, I know you clearly don't care, but seeing a lot of the videos of Ewan McGregor and Hayden back again, and them talking, doing interviews together, talking about the prequels.
Yeah, with Reva right there in the middle of them. So.
Not in a lot. Well, for some of the big press tours they did, but for the I watched a video today where they did it's from a year ago. They did some agree or disagree and gave them a bunch of questions, right? Some of them were just random, like pineapple on pizza, but some were like, are the prequels underrated? Is Darth Vader the best Star Wars villain? And just hearing those two go back and forth with each other was really cool.
Well, that's
the only positive that's come out of
there's exceptions to the rule on that stuff. I mean, did I like seeing I love seeing Hayden Christensen come out at his celebration. You know what I mean? But there's a story to things like that. So there's always exceptions to the rule. Again, everybody knows my favorite director is Christopher Nolan. I don't give a fuck about talking to Christopher Nolan. I don't give a fuck about hearing what he's got to say on shit. I just want to see what he directs. I don't find him to be a very compelling individual outside of his, filmography. Hayden Christensen has had a journey, you know what I mean? So going back to, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, I didn't really care to hear a Hayden Christensen interview, but the path that he was on over the past 20 years and seeing him with all the negativity that he dealt with, and for him to come back at Celebration and get this, massive standing ovation. I don't know if you don't have a heart if you can't find some joy in that, you know what I mean? Because that's a story, that's a payoff. So there's obviously stuff like that, like seeing him, Ewan McGregor, with interviews and stuff like that is super cool, because there's context to it and there's story. So you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, where am I? Rabbit Megan, remember for a month, says the One Piece is real. Thank you, Robert D. Megan. Is that a One Piece thing?
I don't know. I don't know anything about One Piece. I've never seen it.
The commentaries of a nerdy night for 5. I'm convinced Dave Filoni's goal was always to turn Ahsoka into another Korra. With George Lucas gone, Dave's leash is off.
Got a whole new leash now.
Yes. Well, I just think that people that think that he's being controlled by Kathleen Kennedy or whatever, this is just who he always was, in my opinion. I think that George being overall in charge of Clone Wars stuff, even though Dave is admitted to slipping things by him and doing things that he didn't agree with, there was obviously more oversight than him just having free reign to do whatever the fuck he wants. Now that he can do whatever the fuck he wants, this is Dave Filoni. Bush and Ryu Cat for 10. I just saw the MI7 trailer. Damn, son. I guess I'll hunt the 1 through 6 Blu-ray collection. G&G, can we put a cast together for the next Oceans movie? Start with Keanu, Cruz, Daniel Craig, and Chris Pratt. For Oceans, an Oceans 11 reboot?
That would be that would be pretty. I mean, if we could get an update. But again, you're in a climate now where everybody would scream about diversity of representation and we need women and all this.
Well, that'd be Oceans 8.
So
it did really well, right?
I don't even know if that one did well or not. I wasn't too into those movies.
Sebastian for 50. Who would you rather see make a Star Wars movie? Rian Johnson or Zack Snyder?
I probably Ryan Johnson. I fucking hate Zack Snyder when he is involved in anything that has iconic following. I mean, like Watchmen worked because of the darkness of that, but like I don't want Zack Snyder anywhere near Star Wars.
I think the key for both of those guys is actually, do you think they could make good Star Wars movies? But they would have to be like, it would have to be its own thing, you know? Like the idea of like a Zack Snyder, like Mandalorian versus Jedi war, you know, like a fucking dark, gritty, like R-rated war movie between Mandalorian and Jedi. Like, I think that could work, but you can't throw him into, say, episode 8 of a 9-part series. You know, neither of those guys would make sense for something like that.
So if I'm taking a step back, because obviously I hate Snyder's DC and I hate Ryan Johnson's Star Wars. If I'm stepping back, I find more enjoyment of Man of Steel than I do Last Jedi. I'll say that much, even though I hate both of those movies. But if you take a step back from that, then you go, okay, Ryan Johnson's done things like, okay, his Breaking Bad episodes were phenomenal. I haven't seen Knives Out. Looper was fine. I thought Looper was a little kind of overhyped for like when I heard of it. People are talking about it's one of his transcendent films, and it was fine. It was like a 7 out of 10. It was good. Whereas Zack Snyder, I've thoroughly enjoyed things like Dawn of the Dead, Watchmen, and he's got some stuff that I've enjoyed from that perspective. So I don't know, man. I don't like it when Snyder's involved in characters like iconic characters. So I feel like a Star Wars movie, he would make it bad. I think it would be really bad. So
the clear site for $1 on Rumble. Jeremy, we're still awaiting the answer to the question. Why are you gay?
why
Finally, we have 199.
199 over on the Rumble chat. That's what's up. By the way, check this out. I'm just curious what the audience thinks about this. I was sent an email from the developer of this. They want to give me a code for early access. It's as simple as fuck game. I really want to play this. Look at this. I want to play this. You know, and I think it looks cool as hell. And it's got creative track. So it's like, you remember like Super Off-Road back in the day? I think I'll take them up on it. It doesn't have online multiplayer yet, but they're adding online multiplayer. And it's got a track builder. I think we could have some fun with that. I think we could have some fun with that shit. So
There you go.
Top-down racing games.
How many frames per second?
Fuck, I don't care. But yeah, I love the top-down racing games. So I love that shit. That's just got an old school like RC. Yes, RC Pro-Am. RC Pro-Am on the NES was a classic. So
Joe Boozer is a little late. He says 74% of women are fat. Apparently. They don't feel represented. Ren Chronicles for 2 over on Rumble. Hail, Sophie here. Seems I'm part of the AA here. That you are. You just got a letter. Just got an R over there.
I cannot find a copy of Rock and Roll Racing at a retro store. I want Rock and Roll Racing so bad. Now I know I can buy it online. I've talked about this before. I don't love the fact that you can, like, it takes the thrill of, you know, the treasure hunt of like finding retro stuff or finding classic G.I. Joe characters. I know I can buy them all offline. I want to find it in a store. And I'm willing to be patient with that, but I can't find Rock and Roll Racing anywhere.
Let's see. Sebastian for 50 Swedish. Would you rather? I just said that. Hercules for 199. Catfish. Thank you. Soupy Cappy for 2 from somewhere. Mission lose fat. Impossible. Jenna Hughes for $20. What's up, Jenna? Says,
what up, Jenna?
Superpower a belly roll face knockout?
That was
talking
so
about
bad,
that
dude.
fat gamer girl. That's really weird. Thank you, Jenna, for the $20 super chat. Hercules for 199. Wise words from Jeremy.
That's right.
Stephen
Hey.
Wasik for 5. They stopped sexualizing Lara Croft and the series never recovered. This is such crap.
Yes, 100%. All right, our next story here. Tears of the Kingdom sells 10 million copies in 3 days. Holy shit. Weren't we just celebrating how like Hogwarts Legacy sold 15 million in a few months? You know, like 10 million copies. Now, and I think, let's see. So I don't know if that's just physical or not, because Nintendo does not.
That'll be all encompassing.
Well, yeah, Nintendo doesn't like to report their digital numbers though. So Tears of the Kingdom has sold an eye-watering 10 million copies in its first 3 days on the market, making it the fastest selling title in franchise history. The early sales milestone also makes it the fastest selling Switch game ever in the Americas and the fastest selling Nintendo title on any system released in the region. Nintendo has also revealed that the Zelda series overall has sold 130 million units as of March of this year, before Tears of the Kingdom's 10 million sales have been added at all.
Yeah, so that's an official announcement from Nintendo saying that it sold 10 million copies.
Yeah, so that would probably include that. They just don't they don't release specifics on the digital. So that's just crazy, man. 10 million units in 3 days on a console exclusive. That's insane. And the craziness we're seeing online from this game and the unique stuff that people are doing, I think this game is going to have a long life, and I think it's going to have a lot of viral moments. I know for us, Jay Hailstorm's working on a couple of stuff, a couple of things right now that you may see uploaded to some of our social media and potentially this channel. Hailstorm, I don't know if he's slept since the game released. He's maxed out on everything, I think. I mean, the guy's just a psychopath. So I say that just like I said with Tom Cruise in the best way possible. But what a massive success for Nintendo. And shockingly enough, when you release full games completed, fans tend to like that, you know? Fans tend to like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm loving that people are enjoying it, so that's good.
It's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool game.
Jacob.wav or .wave maybe for 5. If you have to see yourself represented in a video game or movie to find self-worth, you have bigger problems. Well, so it looks like that woman definitely has a big problem. Chef Nick Nero for 199. Jeremy, will you commit to the beard this time?
Maybe. Beardo wants me to. Beardo says if I would just stick with it, then it will happen. But I don't know. We'll see.
Bush and Ryucat for 5. At age 53, I'm dedicating my first stunt this summer bungee jumping to Tom Cruise somewhere in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Jeremy, what stunt would you dedicate to Tom?
What would I want him to do?
No, what stunt would you dedicate to Tom that you would do? Like, you ever have any desire to jump out of a plane or anything?
Not really. I don't like being in situations I can't fully control. So that's why I don't even fucking fly.
But that Tom Cruise is always in control.
Again, the man's completely unhinged in the best ways possible. So I will eat a piece of pineapple on pizza for Tom.
I would say like something like skydiving or whatever, but the problem is, one, I don't want to do it with like some dude strapped to me and that be like my dedication to Tom Cruise, like strapped onto some other random dude who knows what they're doing, who's pulling a parachute. And I'm just sitting there riding. No, I'm not going to do that. But then I would have to fucking do it for like a year before I could do it myself. So I suppose.
Oh, I mean, I'd love to do some IRL racing. As a matter of fact, where is this? There's this go-kart track in New Jersey that I saw that's like, it's the craziest looking place ever. Let me see if I can find an image of it. I saw it on Instagram. Yeah, this is it right here. Like this place is insane.
Culture Clash said you never did skydiving in the Navy. I wasn't a Navy fucking SEAL. Like what in the world would I have to do skydiving for the
Navy? World's largest indoor go-kart track opening in New Jersey. Like this is it's already open, but this place looks crazy. I'm trying to find a really good picture of it. I saw a video on Instagram of it. I don't know why it hit my feed, but like right here's a decent shot. I'll just share my screen right here. So like look at this place. Like look how big this go-kart track is. Looks amazing. That's the concept of how big the track is.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I look at that, bro. I want to go there. Supercharged New Jersey entertainment. So I definitely would love to go there. So looks awesome.
Tinsote, remember for 14 months. This film is one of the last examples of true cinema. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
It does. It does.
Davy Crockett, member for a month. Thank you. Pizza is great, member for 21 months. Ryan shamed me into getting rid of my letter. He was right about that. But Jeremy's right about choosing Prime Evangeline Lilly over Prime Brie. That wasn't exactly the question. The question was Evangeline Lilly now with her grandma. Like,
I'll take Evangeline Lilly now over Brie.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, because at least Evangeline Lilly's not fucking a psychopathic leftist.
Well, be surprised. We'll find out. Yanks fan for 5. They should end it all with Mission Impossible Fast and Furious crossover. No, keep that shit away. Buford T. Justice for 20. Filoni makes Dylan Mulvaney look like a real man. That's pretty good.
I'm trying to quote tweet this Dove thing right now. Let's
Yellow Flash 2 for $2. Dave Filoni loves a good pegging. What's up, Flash? Clearly he does. Nick S for 5. I bet Filoni stands in front of a mirror, tucks his sack back, and says, "I'm Ahsoka." MCU fans sloppy mother for another 10 gift memberships. Thank you. MCU fans family coming through when he's not here. Buford T. Justice for 20. The Clone Wars is pure trash. Thank you, Buford. I love
the
Buford's
Clone Wars.
One of the letters that I am okay
with.
Now
we're making compromises. Now we're making compromises on the letters.
I still want him to change it, but I'm okay
Never
with
change,
it.
Buford. Never change.
No, you just change.
I'm not weak like Ryan. I don't need you to change your opinions or your avatars. You just be you. I don't need you to change your avatar to make me feel better.
Just be you. That's what Jeremy's saying to that dove bitch, that fat dove bitch. And just be you, sweetheart.
No, never fucking apologize. So yeah, keep hating on the Clone Wars too. I don't need you to change that. Ryan would want you to. Ryan will, if you love the Clone Wars, Ryan would be like, I need you to hate it, okay, to make me feel represented.
Is that what I say to you, Jeremy? That I need you to hate it?
So
or did I just say?
Suddenly now you accept the avatars. No, I reject you. You trying to mooch up to the avatars now. The letters. No, you don't get to do that.
Jeremy's trying to quote tweet that dove bitch and say she's beautiful just the way you are. I don't need you to change for anyone.
I'm trying to find a really offensive tweet right now to quote tweet it.
Eli Saul for 2. Shit Clown Wars. The bad news keeps on going. 199.
Shit Clown Wars.
Hercules for 199. Jeremy rant today and Ryan rant last night. Valientes for 5. Filoni sucking up to Kathleen Kennedy's disgusting.
Oh, comments are still open on that one right now. So I'm trying to. What should I put a picture? Oh, here we go. That's one about like trans people. I don't want to tweet that one just because it doesn't apply to that one specifically. I'm
trying to find one about fat women. There's no Donald Trump tweet about fat women that you could just screenshot and put in there. Lord Baratheon for 5. Out of the 3 films announced, do you guys think the Filoni film would be best received because Filoni's so amazing?
It probably will be the best received.
Probably. It might be the best. Well, if the James Mangold one happens, like I do think James Mangold's actually a really good filmmaker. But I don't think that story is something many people are going to be interested in. They're going to bring all the member berries back for Heir to the Empire. Jesus Christ. Top Dog for 199. What do you think was the last good year of Disney?
The last good year? I mean,
I have no idea.
It's hard to say, man, because they've got so many different divisions. I mean, like I said, I still think they do a lot of good stuff. I think that most of their park stuff is actually good. They do have a couple of hiccups along the way, but I think most of their park stuff is good. But as a company overall, it had to be pre-2015. You know what I mean? It had to be prior to that. I just went with an oldie but a goodie. I just tweeted this one to him. So just gave him the good old rip, go fuck yourself. That's all. Couldn't find a really offensive. Look at the quote tweets, man.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot of quote tweets.
It's like that's just like a news thing. You know what I mean? Like it's not like they're associated with the message or anything.
Yeah.
They're just like putting the news out. So yeah, maybe that's why they're still allowing it. I have no idea what their political leanings are or anything, but let's see. The commentaries of a nerdy night for 5. Just to clarify, Ahsoka during the George Lucas years were okay, but now she's outlived her purpose and what she could have died during either Clone Wars or Rebels. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, Ahsoka's story should have ended. That's a fact. It's you know, as somebody that's a fan of the character, it's easy to admit that her story should have ended a long time ago. Ryan, check your text messages and see if you want to talk about this before we got an announcement potentially we want to make now. Might as well do it in front of 2,000 people. So,
okay, we might as well do that.
Let's do that. So
we've been talking about Dallas Fan Expo, right? Dallas Fan Expo for quite some time. There is going to be a panel Saturday, 1 p.m. Dallas Fan Expo. We're going to be there and we're going to be doing a panel for you guys. There's also going to be a meetup in Dallas. We don't have the official confirmation of when and where that is yet, but you can rest assured that within probably before that, I'm going to be honest, probably like either the Friday or Thursday before that is probably when a meetup's going to be, if I had to guess. But yes, we will be doing Dallas Fan Expo. There you go. Dallas
Fan Expo. There you go. So, yeah, Saturday at 1 p.m. is our panel. Gary will be there. We're going to have some F&T representation in the house. I haven't decided. Like, I've been on the fence. I'm more than likely going to.
I'm 1,000% going to be there.
Yeah,
I will.
Ryan
Ryan
was already planning on going to Dallas, so I'm more than likely going to go. And I think Rip is going to be doing some stuff as well. So we do have that confirmed, and the room holds probably around 400 or 500 people. So I want us to pack that room out. So hopefully, we can keep telling you guys about it. We'll talk about it here on Geeks and Gamers Daily. We'll talk about it on Friday Night Sides. We'll talk about it on all of our respective shows. We'll let you guys know. I'd love to see some of those 199 shirts, which if you go over 221B Tactical, you can go get your 199 shirt. We're going to close those down on Friday and get those shipped out. And obviously we have our Teespring store as well. I see a lot of you already rocking the shirts from over there. So wherever you get your Geeks and Gamers merch, it's appreciated. Thank you guys so much for all the support over there on 221B. Suresh has been very excited for all the orders that have been coming in from the G&G crew and the 199s. So that was really awesome. And yeah, good stuff. What else we got?
Justin Mabin for $5. Mission Impossible 2 is the highest grossing film of 2000. Yeah, it's true. I didn't know that, but it did decently. It did better than the first one at the box office. Made like over $500 million, I think.
Yeah, I mean that. So to me, that's. Oh, go ahead.
But I don't think that it was received as well as the first one, and that's kind of why you saw the fall off for the third one, ironically, which is like a better movie. The third one made a little bit less because I think that energy wasn't there for that franchise after that shift.
Yes, 100%, and that really does. That's exactly it. The second one. I remember the hype for the second one. The trailers looked cool. Was that John Woo?
John Woo, yeah. It would look fucking cool.
Yeah, it looked amazing. Tom Cruise had like the longer hair, the motorcycles and all of that, the rock climbing. The trailers made 2 look incredible. And it was coming off of 1, which was well received, but I'm sure it did, just like Spider-Man 3 did a ton at the box office coming off of Spider-Man 2. I think Spider-Man 3 made more than Spider-Man 2, but Spider-Man 2 is a better movie and one of the best comic book movies ever made. So, are we caught up?
No. Lord Baratheon for 5. I think Filoni film will turn into a trilogy since he's copying Heir to the Empire. Probably copy Dark Force Rising: Last Command. No, they just want to use Heir to the Empire, that name. I think that movie will be kind of the culmination of everything. Obviously they can only do so much because they're not going to use Mara. They're not going to use Sabayoth. They're not going to use all these characters' talent. They're not going to use these characters that they've erased. They're just trying to use anything they can to nostalgia bait people and pretend like they're honoring something and go fuck themselves. Exalted Patriarch for 10. My worthy matriarch's ears perked up when you talked about Zac Efron. She wants him to be Booster Gold or Guy Gardner in the DCU. I agree with Booster Gold. Hail the Swiggers and the 199. Thank you, Exalted Patriarch.
Yeah, I think Zac Efron's a really good actor, and I'm shocked he's not a bigger star. Because he kind of had that whole kind of aura around him after High School Musical, but he kind of got past that, much like what's his name, the fucking Batman, Robert Pattinson. You know, he had kind of a that stigma, you know, with the Twilight with him, but for whatever reason, and maybe he just doesn't want to be a big star. Maybe, I don't know. I'm shocked that we haven't seen him in a comic book movie.
I think he would have been good as a lot of people are throwing him out there as a Nightwing for a long time. That would have been cool. Sailor Mercury for 2. Padme, the only legacy Star Wars not ruined by Disney yet.
It will happen probably. No, it probably won't happen. They probably moved on from it.
EOTWN, member for a month. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a big fat mess. Please clap. Thank you. Man, we got a lot of random super chats here.
I got to show this real quick. 30 years ago today for the wrestling peeps. 30 years ago.
Don't get us claimed.
I'm old. No, I'm just showing the image. This was 30 years ago. One of the most iconic moments ever when Sean Waltman, better known at the time as the 1-2-3 Kid, defeated Razor Ramon right there. Holy shit. That was fucking massive when that happened. God, I'm old. 30 years ago.
Didn't Razor Ramon die?
Yeah, Scott Hall passed away a few years ago. It was a year and a half ago.
I made a video on Sports Wars, I think.
Yeah. So Scott Hall's a legend. Man, that's crazy. Now X-Pac, yes. Man, that's wild.
Animating
glory days.
Animating Andy for 2. Filoni's only doing it to get KK's vagina.
Vagina. I don't think he's interested in vagina.
No. Dick and dogs. Tinsote for 5. Kathleen Kennedy was producer of Indiana Jones. Me. She was also producer of The Last Airbender. Yeah, people hate that.
Yeah, Scott Hall left the wrestling industry.
That's WWE. Special Ray for 5. One thing's for sure, the prawn version of Ahsoka will have lots of anal. Thank you, Special Ray. Sophie for 6. These ads promote the opposite. Self-hate, doubt, and insecurity. I'm chubby, short, and probably ugly. I do not want to see myself on screen. Cringe. Well, the thing is, I think a lot of people want to escape. That's why they're playing video games. I think the percentage of people that just want to see themselves play a video game of themselves with all of their faults and flaws and everything, I don't think that's a very high percentage of people. So the Red Ranger for a month. Did you hear the CEO of IKEA got elected as Prime Minister of Sweden? I'm hearing the first thing he'll do is start to assemble his cabinet. 199. That's stupid. Inquisitor Seraph for 5. I think Jeremy secretly loved pineapple on pizza, is now looking for an excuse to be forced to eat it.
No, trust me on that. I hated it. Never again. It was bad. It was really bad. It's just because like the juice of the pineapple just kind of, it goes all through the pizza. It's like, so it doesn't matter if you try to eat around it or whatever. It's all through it. It's horrifically bad. And I judge Gary significantly worse every single day just because he actively chooses to eat that dog shit.
Chef Nick Nero for 199. Jeremy, will you commit to the beard this time? I think I said that already. Must have been another super chat.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see. We'll see what happens. So
Chris Coran for 2. You guys need to check out Tank America in Orlando.
Tank America? See what that is.
A Money Wilson for 5. D-Day Cobra doesn't make videos anymore. There was a Brie Larson clip. We got no mention from Jeremy. Had to watch Quartering and Ryan.
I know. I will.
Eric John Pizza Artist for 199. Martha Stewart in Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Would? I'll be honest. Martha Stewart looks pretty damn good for 81. Let's be fair. For 81 years old. Prison treated her well, apparently. And I would her before the man that they put on the cover. So
yeah, that's true. Pink America Orlando. Okay, this looks kind of cool. All right.
Fictitious Dave Savage for 2. Ryan is a Bree simp. Simp. Hey, I call him as I see him. NCU fan for 199. Jeremy should remove the G&G avatar. Checkmate.
Oh, and just make it G.
If you really cared for all the alphabet people out there, Jeremy, you change the G&G channel.
No.
Why?
Because I don't fucking have to do that to say I'm fine with you doing whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care what you have on your avatar. As long as you don't put pronouns in your bio, that's where I draw the line.
I just want to make these people better. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, as long as you don't have pronouns in your bio, we're good.
Vex's Fear for 220. When you say Clone Wars, you mean Tartakovsky's? Well, that's what I say when I mean good Clone Wars. But most people probably don't think that. But that series is awesome. Austin N for 5. Tales of the Jedi is amazing, and that was all Filoni. Didn't really care for the first episode though. I thought Tales of the Jedi was horse shit. I thought it was dog shit. Another way to try to rewrite some of these characters' histories.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. You mean when Yaddle all of a sudden decided they needed Yaddle to go full girl boss. So they had her discover the relationship between Palpatine and Dooku and find out that there was mysterious Sith Lords and then fought him to basically a fucking stand. So that's what you thought was fucking great? Fuck that shit. Bryce Dallas Howard voicing Yaddle for her girl boss moment. Gabriel Knight for $5.
I like how you just rant and then go on. That's good.
Gabriel Knight you just get it out. Yeah, it's fucking like a demon. Just fucking get it out of there and move on.
Hillary Clinton's a goddamn demon. We have breaking news. Miles Morales Fortnite skin. Can you tell me who that doesn't say is the Fortnite skin? Ryan?
Spider-Man.
I don't see Spider-Man any Fortnite. I see Miles Morales Fortnite skin. Not Spider-Man. Just want to point that out.
And by the way, Yaddle had an actual a canonical death and shit like that. They decided to change it because fuck it. Why does it matter? Jorge Barracuda for a month. If I have an avatar on my profile, which side am I on again? The A's or the A's? Either way, I hope Ice-T ain't got news for me. Hail Ryan, Jeremy, and chat. Thank you, Jorge. Gabriel Knight for 5. What is the official lame explanation for why Ahsoka was not helping out Luke, Han, and Leia during the original trilogy? I'll be honest, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't think they have an official. Again, it's gotten so messy that they've just intertwined so much into this era. And again, it's an era they didn't want to have anything to do with, and now suddenly they want everything to do with. You know what I mean?
Well, they decided that they were going to be like, oh, by the way, the Empire took like a year to completely die off, and then everything was good, right? There's like no big Battle of Jakku, right? Wasn't that like the fucking last thing or something? I don't know. Yeah. So they are kind of boxed in because, hey, there's nothing really major that can happen that people wouldn't have remembered a couple years later when they're writing. These things are already in canon. But when it comes to what she was doing, there were Filoni's tried to sidestep boxing himself into any answer for when the series or when basically the post-credit scene, the end scene for Rebels takes place when Ahsoka comes back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's very much refused to commit to a timeline for that. To try to leave it a little bit more open. So maybe she's just fucking stuck. Maybe she's just stuck there for years and years and years. I don't know, bro. I don't know if they're doing this dumb shit. Yanks fan 199. The soundtrack to Mission Impossible 2 was great. I think there's a lot of heavy rock, if I remember.
Yeah, that might be the only good part of that movie.
Jesus Davila for 199. Thumbs up. Thank you. Carnell for 5. Bring your basketball shoes to Dallas, fellas. We all expect to see 2v2 of Ryan, Jay, Jeremy, and Ripa. Make for some great content.
That would be some
We'll
good
look
content.
into it. Hello, my N-words for $5. YouTube won't let me say my name. Think about that. Well, See you later.
I love our chat.
Yeah.
I love our chat.
Jose for 199. The Video Game Museum in Dallas is a must visit.
Is there a video game museum there?
According to Jose, yes.
That sounds fucking cool.
Andrew Matthews for a channel member for a month says, hope to see you both in the UK. Go 199. I don't know if that's going to happen. That's a big trip. That's a big trip. Sandstorm for 2. Give that Dove Gamer Girl a Miller Lite. 199. Yeah. Well, she could definitely use light beer, period. But maybe she go with Miller Lite after their newest commercial. Ronan the Crusader for 199. I don't care about a Miles skin. Bring back the Cammy skin. The Cammy skin. All right. Sophie.
Street Fighter.
Okay. Sophie for 2. In the end, we're all a bunch of assholes. That's right. MCU fan Sloppy Mother for 10. Good God, Jeremy. I did like the lesbian with you on stream till she started screaming. It reminded me of my ex. Also, have you seen my trans son? Over on Rumble, the clear fight for $1. Jeremy, you avoided to answer. Why are you gay? You can contact me and we can prepare your coming out. It's okay to be gay.
I'll wait till I'm accused of something horrific and then I'll just I'll pull a Kevin Spacey. So
JBM87 for 5 on Rumble. I got nipples, Ryan. Can you milk me?
Bro, so the video game museum is in 8th. It's Dallas Parkway, Frisco, Texas. And it looks pretty awesome. I want to go. Hell yeah. It's awesome. Okay.
We're all
Look
caught
into
up.
it. Well, look into that. That sounds awesome. That's a good vlog too. So, okay. So again, another Geeks Gamers Daily in the books. Thank you guys for being here. Tonight, it's Battlefront 2 night. That's right. Not Battlefront 2 2005. I think that's when Battlefront 2 came out in 2005. Battlefront 2017. And maybe some Modern Warfare 2. No, not old school Modern Warfare 2. The current updated. I hate that these fucking games are titled this way. But we're going to change it up a little bit. I know people are getting bored with Fortnite, even though I'm not still a Fortnite. But I think we're going to play some Battlefront 2017 and have some fun with that on PS5 or PlayStation. So PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. The fact that this fucking game doesn't have crossplay is so stupid. I can't believe it doesn't have crossplay. Blabs, who's like apparently Blabs is just insanely good at Battlefront 2017. So I don't know, man. Wild. But she has it on Xbox. So, but we're going to run that. We're going to have some fun tonight. So be on the lookout for that. I think Side Scrollers is live right now. Is Side Scrollers live right now? On this? Yes. Side Scrollers is live right now on this channel. So go check out Side Scrollers. Go drop some 199s over there. They are live as we speak here on this channel. They do every Wednesday. They go live. So make sure you go check them out. And looking forward to seeing you guys tonight. So go check out Side Scrollers. And Ryan, you got anything going on? Any positive reinforcement you want to share with the audience? You're a very positive person.
I put out a positive video that I think Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning looks really good. So it's tracking 10 out of 10. Awesome.
He's one of the most positive people I've ever seen. Can we raid Side Scrollers since it's on this channel?
Don't know.
I don't know how to, like, the rating system on YouTube is kind of janky. It's kind of janky. I don't even like using it.
I think we can here. Hold on. Redirect.
So we're going to try to raid Side Scrollers on Geeks and Gamers right now. If you guys are interested, go over there. Say hello. Say hello. And we'll see you again tomorrow and again tonight. And, you know, all the other crazy streams that we do in Cobra Cast is tonight, later tonight. So we'll have a lot to say over there. So just, you know, make sure you keep your eyes open for that on my D-Day Cobra channel. And I might start making videos again at some point in time. I might. I don't know. Ryan's been pressuring me.
Yes, he needs to. Jimmy Touchdown for 2. G&G Daily put the John Con Campia show out of business. Thank you, Jimmy Touchdown. All right. We are getting out of here. You should be redirected to Side Scrollers to that stream. It's here on this channel, so you should be able to find it either way. We will talk to you guys later.
Bye, everyone. Do I have to end?